Welcome back. Here we go. I am home seller tips to having a successful open house. Here's the thing, guys. We're in a contracting market. So price is very, very, very important. You need to be below what the expectations are of the buyers, or the buyers will not come to your house, period. If you see crickets at an open house, it's because of price. There's some other factors that will want to, once we get your potential buyer into the house, it's our responsibility, yours and mine. Yours as the seller and mine as the agent, to guide through and make your house as wow as possible. And that's the whole part of it. If you're living in the house, you want to personalize it. No more than 3 things on any surface. If we were selling the house, it would need to have no clutter on it whatsoever. It would have to be inviting. It would have to look like a showroom home, like a new model home. Get rid of big furniture, get rid of pictures, get rid of trophies, etc. Pack it up, put it away, put it in the garage. And when a buyer comes into the garage and they see a stack of boxes, they're like, this seller's ready to move. They're not going to play the game. Declutter. Again, no more than 3 things on any surface: walls, shelves, tables. See, I would get rid of all the extra stuff. Nothing against my sister. She lives here. She wants her house to be her house. When you go to sell your house, you have to declutter it, right? Get rid of all that. Lure them in with price, right? But also curb appeal. Make sure it looks good. Make sure that there's no cracks in the door or around the entryway. Anything that's unsightly or unseemly will actually lead to a failed sale, because if a buyer sees one crack, they're going to start looking at 4 more cracks. If they see one cabinet that doesn't close all the way for whatever reason, it could be stuffed full of crap, or it could be just it needs to be adjusted. They're going to start looking for that same thing on other cabinets in your bathrooms, your linen closet, and everything else. So lure them in, bring them in, wow them. If you have a house that you haven't maintained in 20 years, it needs a new roof, it needs a new pool, and the flooring is shot, and the paint looks old, and it has multiple colors everywhere. Like, this house is gray, right? Gray is boring. I agree, she agrees, but that's just the way, that's the common thread right now. It's plain vanilla, but you got to wow them with what it looks like. What are some great wow features? Is it the fireplace? Is it the kitchen? Is it your bathroom? Is it the master or primary room where you have a walk-in closet, you have your private toilet, you have a walk-in shower and a bath? If that's something that you think is wow, that's great. If you have an amazing backyard, lure them in with that. That's the showpiece part of your house. If your house doesn't have a showpiece part and everything is old, original, as is, don't go for the high price, because you're going to turn buyers off, because buyers know how to look at multiple houses. They look at 50 to 100 houses before they choose the 10 or 15 that they're going to go look at. So lure them in, give them a reason to come in, from price to also updates and remodels and wow features, right? Complete that honey-do list. One little thing, I'm telling you, one little thing can turn a buyer off, and they're going to rather spend the same money on a house that's completely turnkey, period. Be cautious once you've taken your ready to actual open house. Protecting your valuables and your identity. Absolutely. Computers, anything that's valuable to you. And I tell you this, my most valuable possessions are my kids' first shoes. I have them tucked away, put away. I don't even look at them anymore, because when I'm in my retirement community, that's going to be what I look at all the time. My kids mean the most to me than anything else. And raising them was the most important thing to me. So that's a valuable thing. But if you have jewelry, computers, weapons, pack them away. If you have a safe, put them in the safe. If you have boxes, put them on the bottom box. Out of sight, out of mind. Buyers are not going to go through boxes if it's in a garage. If they do, it's a horrible real estate agent, and they're only going to go through the top, easiest to get to boxes. So make those blankets and linens and old crap that you don't know if you're going to get rid of or not. So make sure you protect yourself, including your records and files and bills. REO distressed property of the week, San Jose. This one just came on market. $1.25 million, not my listing. 13th Street, $1.27 million, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Can you imagine doing 1 bath today? That's what you get for $1 million in California. 1,300 square feet, and this is 100 years old. 115 years old, and it's south of 101 off of Oakland Road. This is heading, there's a little Marine Corps Reserve Station there, and there you go. But yeah, you get 5 whole pictures, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it. Detached garage, yep. And this is a bank-owned property, so if you go in, expect it to be as is. Even if you ask for repairs or what have you, the bank could say no. Unless it's been on market for 30, 60, 90 days, then you can go in and knock it out. So there's a link in my blog to get you to this set of homes right here. And you can go and take a look. And if you're interested in talking about bank-owned properties, to talk to you about 880 on Laguna. Let's take a look at this one. See, that's nicely updated. It needs some paint, it looks like. But you see how the curb appeal is not boring. You have that overhang there. It's a nice looking house. It's bank-owned. Okay, homes for sale near Apple. This is the one I chose, not my listing, $2.7 million. And it's because it's very close to Apple. You can walk to Apple, the saucer. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1,800 square feet, built in 1962. $2.7 million. The convenience of walking to work would have to wow me, right? I mean, they put new flooring in. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look real quick. So look, it's updated. The floors are nice. They put canned lighting in. They put new fixtures in. They updated the kitchen, right? They did it not to sell the house. They did it because they wanted to enjoy it and live in it. They weren't cheap. They put a new oven there. But I tell you where, flipper, if this is a flip, I can't really tell you. No, it doesn't look like it's a flip. Maybe it is. But look, I'll tell you one thing that they're not doing right is that they didn't paint the exterior. If they did, looks like it's pink. Maybe it's just a brick blinding off of there. But I would have done something a little bit more to update this 50-year-old house to make it look a little bit more modern, whether it's new lighting outside or what have you. But yeah, see, it's great. It's just this peach terracotta made it look pink in those other pictures. So something you got to be aware of. And I probably would have decorated this to hide the fact that this is all cement right here. Would have put some more chairs or something to keep my eyes off of that. But there you go, 2.7 million. There you go. This is Franklin Street, Mountain View Home of the Week. And the reason why I chose this is because it's walking distance to Castro. $5.7 million, not my listing. This is brand spanking new, 6'4" bath and 3 half baths. 4,700 square feet and on a 7,700 square foot lot. So this is an old lot, old house, they tore down and they put this guy on it. And I'm not a big fan of the Art Deco look of this, but it's what you get, right? They artsy farts up with the chain and they wanted to make that look. I get that. Then something you can't get rid of are the power lines, right? You're in an old neighborhood, that's what it is. That's a pretty picture right there. I like this one right here. That's nice. So if you want to look at more of these, there's all the pictures you can look at. And I'm grateful, Mr. or Mrs. Agent, that you put the floor plan in. So simple to do this, just so you can have a visual of how the rooms look, how everything's set up, so that if you're an out-of-country buyer or you're out of state or you just can't get to it, you're just kind of looking at 50 to 100 photos or different listings. This is great for you